Hello, everyone. It's been a long time. It is I, Mr. Orpheus. I've been on a long vacation, which was very much well deserved. I thank you, kid. But enough about me. Here is your host. He is a true geek of the streets. He has gone on record to say Maria Hill would get bitch slapped by him. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you the Mount Vernon Kid.
Hey guys, Mount Vernon Kid Air back again. Welcome back to number 176 of my comic review. How's everybody doing on there? Hope everybody's well. Hope everybody enjoyed uh, the week of E3 and everything, all the good stuff that's been coming out of there. But first and foremost, Mr. Orpheus, it is great to have you back, sir. I remember you saying you were ready to come back, and I was just waiting for the right time to add you to bring you back. It is really good to have you back, sir.
It is good to be back, kid. Very good. But tell me, are you ready for the new Spider-Man game?
Am I ready for the new Spider-Man game? In one word, Mr. Orpheus, Mr. O. Oh, hell yeah. That was two words, sorry. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it, dude. I can't wait to see what they're going to bring us with this new Spider-Man game that's coming out for the PS4. Thanks for asking, dude. Thanks. Um, but other than that, guys, yeah, let's talk about these week's comics for you. I got a good amount of comics for you guys. I got some from indie. I got some DC, and I got some Marvel, of course. So we're gonna kick this off with the indies right here, and we're gonna start off with Dark Horse, and this is issue number one of. First of all, almost forgot. Last week was Dark Horse Day, but congratulations to Dark Horse. 30 years in the biz, in the industry. Congratulations to all behind it. But this
Excuse
is
me.
none other than
Chris, can I ask you a question? So
Weird
tell me,
Detective.
do you regret
The stars
what
are
you said a
wrong. This is a
few months
double-sized
ago
issue.
about
This
not
first issue is
adding
really
Green
double-sized.
Arrow to
And
your
Fred
pull
Van Lint
list?
does the writing in this. And basically what it is it's like taking he's this man right here named his name is Sebastian Green. He's a cop. He's a detective, and he always takes on like the weird cases that kind of can't be really explained, but he's really successful at solving them. But the secret to his success is the fact that he is a monster. He's a monster. That shadow you see behind him, that's what he kind of looks like. Um, and a lot of people kind of think he's weird and kind of kooky, and they always just say, "Oh, it's okay, he's Canadian," and it's just like, what? But it's played up so much. But his superior officer real feels like something is up. Like he kind of questions how Sebastian Green is able to solve all these cases with no problems and everything like that. So he gives Sebastian a partner, and she's kind of like the his intel on him, and she's kind of straightforward but kind of tough edge. Um, she's gay, but it was kind of funny. There was one point where Sebastian is watching her, just staring at her in the car, and she's just like, "Could you stop staring at me?" And she's like, "Yeah, I thought we were playing for the same team." And he's like, "What?" And "Oh, I thought you were gay, like me." And he's like, "No, I'm Canadian." And it's just like, what the hell is up with that? It was played up so much, but it was really funny. The crimes are really gruesome, and it's just like, what the hell is going on? But even still, Sebastian knows that he can't do his job if his partner is always spying on him, and he knows that she's spying. So he does something very drastic at the end of this issue, and I'm not gonna ruin what it was, but this was really really fun. Fred Van Lint does a good job. I do recommend this if you're really into like the supernatural detective vibe stuff. It's really interesting. Weird Detective number one, not bad. All right, let's move on to IDW. Yeah, IDW. Uh, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles number 59. Shit, Mr. Eastman, what the fuck? Mr. Eastman, what the hell? Tell me, to quote Booker T, tell me I didn't see that. Tell me I didn't see that. Are you are you going there, Mr. Eastman? Um, are you truly? I'm not gonna ruin anything in this issue. As I always said, ladies and gentlemen, this is one title I am always looking forward to, and this did not not surprise me, but it shocked the fuck out of me, and I'm just like, oh boy, yeah. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles number 59. All right, let's move on to Image. Move on to Lazarus number 22. Greg Roca, always doing such a great job, and his partner in crime who does the great artwork, Mike Lark. I'm gonna be honest, Mr. Roca, this is the first time ever I've seen one of the main characters forever in so much dire straits. Uh, it's it's getting real nitty gritty in this, guys. The war is on between all the families, and it ain't gonna stop until there's only one ruling over this new, like, dystopian future world. Uh, it's getting so crazy and so intense that, once again, this is another book I will not spoil for you guys. If you have been reading Lazarus from the very beginning, like yours truly here, do yourselves a favor, pick this bad boy up, and you'll see what I'm talking about. And let's move on to Dark Horse. Yeah, I know Dark Horse is kind of a subsidiary of DC, but I still consider it an indie company by itself. It's just how I feel. Moving on to Vertigo, and like I said, this is Lucifer number 7. Lucifer is back in LA. He's back with, watching over his club. It looks like his son wants to take over hell from Maze, who rules hell, and she's willing to fight for it. And everybody, the angels like Gabriel and other archangels are really going kind of out there now. But the world is starting to know, people, I guess, who are very enlightened, are starting to know that God is dead. And when I mean they know, I'm talking about they know because they're setting themselves on fire. Like, God is dead. And setting themselves on fire. I'm like, and Lucifer is just watching them, and he's just like, well, old man, the news of your death is getting around, and I'm loving it. And I'm just like, jeez, Lucifer. He even drinks to his health, like, well, this is for you, Dad. Almost like, whatever. But yeah, it's getting there. It's getting crazy. Black is doing a good job with this. Very good indeed. Lucifer, number 7. All right, let's move on to DC. I got let's see how many DC. I got 5 DC to cover. And we're gonna start off with Batman number 1. Uh, King David Finch. Yeah. Uh, this was very interesting. There were a lot of funny moments in this, but it's pretty much straightforward. It's very action packed to the point where, you basically, it's Batman doing something that you would probably see Superman doing, saving a plane from crashing. But the funny thing I loved is that in the beginning we have Bruce and Commissioner Gordon on the rooftop, talking, and Gordon says something that's really funny that I've always thought about. He's like, I love these get-togethers that we have, but, and I love that, the signal is cool, but almost like Gordon was basically saying, but we need to get to in the 21st century. Just give me a phone and I get your number and things like that. It was really funny. But Bruce is saving a plane. He's pretty much just saving a plane from crashing, and for some inconvenience, the Justice League is off world, so they can't help him and things like that. Uh, and he's given like this really speech to Alfred, and it's really like, whoa, Bruce, and he's just telling Alfred, like, if I die, tell Duke, Duke here, Duke Thomas, to go with Dick Grayson. He's a great teacher. He'll learn. He wants to continue his education, and he's just saying all these, like, monologuing, like almost like this is the end for him. And it's pretty much straightforward. Nothing really big, major. That there's like some individuals in there that just make you question. Okay, who set that? Who attacked this plane? Things like that. But then we get to the end, and it's these two here that are kind of, who are they? Why are they doing this? And their name is Gotham and Gotham Girl. And they seem to be able to fly, and they seem to have super strength because they do some things in there. At the end, they're kind of like, one of them, Gotham, he even says, like, I'm honored, Batman, but it's almost like we know that something is up with them, and it's who are they, and who, what, where, why. It's all the 5 W's, and that's where I'm really interested in seeing where Mr. King is going to go. Like I said before, David Fincher's artwork is beautiful. Always loved David Fincher's artwork, and Tom King. Looking forward to where you're going to take Bruce as well as these two characters. Batman #1. Okay. And next up, we have none other than, yeah, just making sure. Green Arrow #1. Uh, Percy and Otto Schmidt. First of all, I got the variant Neil Adams cover. I thought it was really good. But this continues to be good after reading Rebirth and reading this. This was really good. I'm not really cool with Mr. Percy automatically having Ollie and Dinah get busy. I'm not really on board with that. Like, Ollie already got them panties, and I'm just like, really? Like, already they sleeping together? I was just like, I don't know about that one. But this was really good. I very much enjoyed it. Uh, there's still a little bit more bickering over money, but Ollie shows Dinah, like, what he's done with his money for the city of Seattle, which was really good. Um, uh, Ollie's sister really loves Dinah and things like that. But then it's the ending, and then there's other things involved. Like, I'm wondering, is Mr. Percy bringing back a certain villain that Mr. Kevin Smith created? I'm just like, is that who that's? I'm thinking it's. And for those who don't know what I'm talking about onomatopoeia. I'm like, is that supposed to be onomatopoeia? But it was interesting. But more importantly, that freaking Peter David cliffhanger ending, and I'm just like, ooh, where are they going with this? But I very much enjoyed it, very much indeed. And we move on.
Wait a minute, Chris.
Yes, Mr. Orpheus.
Do you regret your last words of saying screw this title?
Do I regret? Do I regret it? No, not really. But I'm glad I jumped on board and put Green Arrow to my poll. Yes, indeed. So yeah, not at all. But moving on. Moving on to the next. Green Lantern #1. Humphrey Rocha. Lynchton Blonde. This was just great. This is just continues to be great. I'm enjoying what is going on between Jessica and Simon. I'm very much enjoying this. What's the plans for the Red Lanterns and what they have planned for Earth? I'm really looking forward to looking at these rage addicts. Like, what the hell is all that about? I love the confrontation between Simon and the bitch Amanda Waller. uh, but this was just really good all around, and it just makes you really wonder what is coming next for for the team, the squad of Cruz and Boz. Uh, but yeah, this was very good indeed. And no, you got Larfleeze in the back. He wasn't in it. He was not. I don't know why they put him on there, but this was good. This was really, really good. Very good indeed. Green Lantern's #1. Uh, let's move on to Superman #1. Tomasi Gleason. Oh man, this really centers around young Jonathan Kent. Felt very sad for the little guy. His powers are still, still developing, and something really bad happens to him involving his powers with someone that he really truly loved. I'm gonna say it deals with his heat vision, and when it happened, I was just like, oh no, 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 no. I'm so sorry, Jonathan. That's how I felt. I just really felt bad about it. But looks like someone may have seen Jonathan's secret, and it's kind of maybe playing up a little bit of a new age Lana Lang, and how she found about Clark's powers and things like that. It really was good to see Clark being like the father and kind of you know in that manner. Once again, I'm liking that Clark is going to balance his life as a father and also being Superman. I thought it was really interesting seeing seeing Jonathan see his dad interact with Batman and Wonder Woman, and he's just like, whoa. And it kind of had a creepy vibe to it, though, but it was still good nonetheless. This was touching, really touching, but very good by Tomasi. Uh, Nothing really special, just you felt for Jonathan, really. And we end the DC books with Titans Rebirth. Dan Abbott and Brent Booth. Like I said, I'm not the biggest Brent Booth artwork fan, but other than that, Wally is back, and Wally goes to see his old crew, his good friends. And of course, at first they don't recognize him. They're just like, "Who are you? How'd you get in here?" And they all attack him. But Wally is just able to give him a little jolt, like a static, like you rub your feet on it and touch somebody and get a little static shock. He just goes, choo, and all of a sudden they start. The funniest one probably was where he did it to Dick. First of all, thank you for putting Dick back in the Nightwing costume. And I love Wally's new costume too. And he's called the Flash. He's not called Kid Flash. He's called Flash, which I like. And basically, when Dick gets shocked by Wally, he's like, "Oh damn it, Wally! Wally, Wally!" He starts remembering, and he does that for all. He does that with Garth. He does that with Roy. He does it with Diana, and he does it with Lilith, and they all remember him. And it was so touching to see, like, and Wally's telling them, basically, um, something is going on. Somebody stole our memories, and they're saying, well, if it's the guy from who was in Titans Hunt, we don't have to worry about it. And he's like, no, there's somebody else, and it gets really, really in depth from there, which I really enjoyed. But a good start to the beginning. I can't wait to the first issue. Wally is back. Should I say Wally Prime? Because there's two Wally Wests on this earth. Uh, but it was nonetheless not bad. Not bad for Mr. Abbott. Very good. Let me get a little bit more light in here real quick. Okay. Apologize for that. Just wanted to fix the lighting real quick. We move on to Marvel, and we end this with the Marvel books. I got 2, 4. 7 Marvel. I forgot a few of them. Didn't pick up Spidey. I forgot. I missed Spidey. And even DC. I gotta catch up on Poison Ivy. I know the last part of her mini series came out, which I want to finish. But nonetheless, pretty good indeed. Apologize for that. um, apologize for that once again. But let's move it on. Let's start off with Amazing Spider-Man number 14, or 700 and what is it? I'm losing count now. I really am. But in this issue was not that bad, ladies and gentlemen. Was it great? Hell no. But it was not that bad. When I was reading it, I was actually like, what? Basically, the main gist of this is, are the effects of that fucked up event that really ruined Spidey in the first place, is that really being raveled, coming apart at the seams? A lot of stuff goes down in this, and it's just like a lot of stuff that, were affected by that event, the event we shall not speak about, seems to be unraveling, as well as the fact that, Peter and Tony are still trying to find Miles, and Regent here has been just cleaning house and taking out the superhero community, and it's just like, I question, because like, if this stuff was going on, how come we weren't seeing it in the other books? That's my problem with this. Is like, he's got Daredevil, he's got Rogue, Vision, all these other people, all these superheroes, and he stole their powers, and I'm like, how come this wasn't playing up in other books? Maybe a hint or something. But a very interesting take. I love the stuff with Harry. I thought that was interesting. Harry confronting the man who's Regents, and like, I know you got Betty, and he played it off really cool, but like, I got you, bitch. Like, now where is she? But poor Harry, and even poor Peter and Tony, because it ends kind of badly for the two heroes. And Regents is just a power hungry motherfucker. Yeah. Let's move on to the Astonishing Ant-Man number 9, Spencer. This is the Ocean's 11 like issue. Basically, Scott has put together a team and this kind of leads up to why Scott is in jail in present. He's got all these people from his associates, Grizzly, even She Thing comes down to help, because they're ex-boyfriend and girlfriend. And I love where She Thing and Ms. Thing, one of them, Ms. Thing or so, she and the Beetle are like, who's she? Because we all know the Beetle, the new female Beetle is Scott's booty call. Whenever she's in town, they're like friends with benefits or something like that. And what's going on with Cassie? She's met the enemy, Darren Cross, and she's pissed, because this is the guy who stole her heart, literally took her heart surgically and gave it to the villain. And it gets very interesting in there. This was very interesting, but hopefully Cassie will realize that Daddy did it for all the right reasons. And I'm talking about Scott did everything he did for the right reasons. And hopefully Cassie will come to her senses and realize, Dad was right. Not bad. Let's move on to Civil War 2, number 2, Bendis Marquez. Tony he's suffering a nervous breakdown. That's the best way to describe it in this. He has gone rogue. Yeah, I really shouldn't say that, and he's caused an international incident. And I put it like this: And I mean it, because he broke into New Adelan, kidnapped the new Inhuman Ulysses, and now is basically holding him hostage and trying to figure out how this young kid's powers work. He's grieving over the loss of his best friend, and even Medusa, when she saw him, she even said it. Look, I know you're grieving, but don't do this. And unfortunately, Medusa's like, I'm giving you one warning, and you can see that she's not playing. Um, and Tony's not thinking with a normal head. He's not thinking. Nobody's fully behind the wheel, and it's what I loved about this was that nobody is just jumping into punch, 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 blow, 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 blow. They're really acting like adults and using this before this, you know. And Carol's really trying to play. He's like, look, let me talk to him. Don't do this. She confronts Medusa when they come after Tony. And people talking about Tony is torturing the kid. He's not torturing. He's holding him against his will, yes, but he's not torturing, because you don't see Tony literally hitting him with a whip or sticking him like a POW in the Viet Cong, sticking a POW. No, he's not doing that. There's a difference between torture and just holding someone captive. He's holding Ulysses captive, and people are getting the wrong misconception about this. I'm totally, and I've seen that already on a lot of people's reviews. Like, oh, Tony's the bad guy in this. He's not really the bad guy. He's grieving over the loss of his best friend. Let me say that once again. He's grieving over the loss of his best friend, and in this alone, yes, 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 indeed. Uh, Unfortunately, it ends where Carol goes to see a certain somebody who I'm not gonna ruin, but Ulysses had a vision about him, and oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Uh, Sorry about that. So let's move on to the next book, and that is none other than Spider-Gwen, number 9, Latour Rodriguez. This was really good. This is the beginning. Basically, once again, this had a very Spider-Man No More vibe, and Gwen is really questioning. Should I continue being Spider-Woman? You know, is it ever since the spider bit me? Has it been a gift or a curse? Playing up that vibe, which I really enjoy. No matter how old Spider-Man No More is, that storyline is very, very much a big milestone for Spider-Man. And when they do it for other Spider characters, it still works. Um, they're just out. Gwen is out with the Mary Janes. And let me speak about Mary Jane. I have not really liked Earth 665 Mary Jane. She's come off as, I've never called Mary Jane this before, but a bitch. But in this, she is very likable, and very much after she stands up for Gwen with Earth 65 Punisher, Frank Castle, and man, that was really good. That was the shit right there. I was like, ooh, my good friend, Comic Uno, this was her pick of the week. This was good, nonetheless. Looking forward to seeing where it goes from here with this new story arc. Very good. Let's move on to Squadron Supreme number 8. First of all, the cover. That does not happen in this. The squadron is not bowing to Medusa. But Dr. Spectrum, she is confronted by Black Bolt, and she's given the reasons maybe of why Black Bolt spared her after him and the Illuminati destroyed her world. And that was very interesting. It gets very interesting. I'm not going to ruin what Queen Medusa and them may think what Dr. Spectrum really is. But I will tell you this: the quantum, the spectrum powers that she wields, it is almost the same power that Black Bolt uses when he channels it through his antenna. And I was like, "Oh, okay, where's that going?" But what about the last issue, Chris? About when we saw both Nighthawks, Earth 616, the original Nighthawk, versus Raymond Kane, the Nighthawk on the team. They fought, yeah, and it got really deep to the point where I thought regular Nighthawk died because he got pinned on a sheet of glass, sharp glass, and I was like, oh, they killed him off, really? But then something happens. I don't want to spoil that, but it just like, oh my God, really? They're back. But the other thing is, there could be a traitor on the team already. Looks like one of them ain't really all for one and one for all. There could be one of them has her own agenda. Now, I'll spoil that. It's a female, but even all the members knew who it was. Who it is, I'm not gonna ruin. But it was funny. But I will say it was a female. Not bad. Robinson does a good job with that. All right, let's move on to the last books, and the last are coming from a galaxy far, 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 far away. You guys should already know what I'm talking about. First of all, let's start off with Star Wars Han Solo, Marjorie Liu. And Mark Brooks' artwork is beautiful in this. This was great. I loved it. Han, he wants to take a break from the Resistance. The scenes with Leia and him was just hilarious. It was great, fun stuff right there. There was even one point Leia slugs Han, knocks him like I'm literally right cross, wham, and it was really interesting. Um, Han enters a space race, and let's just say it's not your ordinary race. Because at first the funniest thing is that because Layla wanted to use the Millennium Falcon, and Han's like, "Oh fuck no, ain't nobody flying that but me," and it was pretty funny. But like I said, Marjorie Liu does a really good job with the characters. You can really see that she really had fun with this. And Mark Brooks, you see him more doing cover now, but he got down on this issue. I was really impressed. This was good. And last but not least, we end it with Star Wars number 20. This is Aaron and Mayhew's back on the artwork. I love Mayhew's artwork. This is really good. I like the realistic vibe to it. Basically, we're going back again. What I'm not liking about the original Star Wars series is they're jumping back and forth from the past and everything like that, or the past and the present. And in this, once again, it's back to where Obi-Wan has been watching over young Luke Skywalker. However, a bounty hunter, a Wookiee bounty hunter right here, I'm forgetting his name, Black, uh, Khalat Santa, I believe that was his name, Satan, has come looking for, he's a bounty hunter looking for Obi-Wan, and he's using Uncle Owen as bait. And it's really messed up. Just see it. You really get to see like this Wookiee is no joke. He's literally beating the crap out of a Jedi Master. Now some may say, oh, well, Obi-Wan's kind of rusty, and there's a point where he's choking Obi-Wan, and Obi-Wan's like, oh my God, like get this fucker off me. And Uncle Owen he's falling off a cliff, and you just see Obi-Wan trying to use the Force to keep him from falling. That stuff that had me laughing. I mean, I'll show you a little bit of the artwork and just some of the looks. Me and my friends had a blast laughing at a lot of them, but you got, like I said, there you got, there you go. You see Obi-Wan, like, look at his face, like, oh my God, like, oh my God, and you know, and then you got one of the other parts I like is when Luke comes to save his uncle, and you see Luke right here, like, yeah, Look at his face. Good artwork. I enjoy it. This was really good, and you just see Luke and Luke smiling and things like that. It's young Luke. It wasn't. I really wish Mayu was just on the current artwork now instead of a past artwork. I like it. I like the artwork very much indeed. But other than that, guys, this is Mount Vernon Kid coming to you again. Hope you guys enjoyed. Tell me in the comment section below, what did you think? As always, you know me. You know where to find me. And Mr. Orpheus, as always, it's great to have you back, sir. But let me just say once again, it's good to have Mr. O back. And he'll be around with me some more. But other than that, guys, as always, peace, one love, stay tuned, keep it real, guys. As always, I'm out. Take care, guys.